And here is the second feature of Galletta's Gas Stocker Kart Club at Galletta's greenhouse. Some storm damage there. One of our cold frames lost plastic. Some trees, little damage here. Everyone had to deal with damage. And new for this season, we are having an ogre. That's a pretty weak flag wagging right there. Wesley James Troger Stevens here with his father and brother in attendance for Father's Day. Our Father's Day 2008 race. Double file for just the pace lap, then we'll file out single file. Again, the reason being that we want to give a true handicap to inexperienced and poorer point scoring drivers and drivers that have never won. A single file restart or single file starts ensures that the handicap will stay into place. Colin Miller, son of Gary, runs in the infield. John Stubman, Nick Dan, Buddy Cop taking them away. And what the hell is going on here? Gary Miller has spun out in both the heat and the feature. And what happened with MC Howell there? I hope we didn't lose some footage here by accident. Lost a little bit of footage there, but anyways, here we go on the restart. John Stubman, Nick Dan, and Buddy bumping Nick a little bit there. Again, everyone here at Galletta's. Oh, and what is Scary doing down here? Almost bringing out another caution, holds it. Otherwise saying everyone here at Galletta's races stock 5 horsepower flathead motors with shaved heads. Heavier drivers are allowed a 94 SS dyno cam, which is a hot stocker cam. Nick Dan and Dick Dan having one in this race. Ryan Coleman is set to receive one next. Self-police ourselves here to keep everything as equal as we can. And I believe we're very unique in terms of that we have a team of 11 karts and rent them out to friends and family. Oh my God, here we go, a wreck. Ooh. Let's look at that one again. Down the front stretch here, Buddy Comp side by side with Nick. There was nowhere to go. They come together. Dick Dan was upset. He made contact too. Nick is okay, and we check out the window view. Nick is in the buckwheat and the weeds. Little footage from our last show at Oswego. The rained out show, I believe. Wesley James with his father Bill and brother Mark. A rare appearance for his family. White hair runs in that side of the family, I suppose. Matt is starting to get some gray hairs. Here's a late arriving Russ Hockey. He got out late because of a Father's Day cookout with his family. About 13 laps down. Russ was accused of stealing dogs from Oscar Berry's cart, which I don't really believe. Here's a restart. Oh, no. Oh, look at this. Oh! And we have some destroyed cars here. Let's watch that one again. No slow-mo in this camera, so you'll have to do it on your home videos. Oh, ooh. The front end on the number 8 destroyed. The back bumper destroyed on the 8 as well. The 68 has some severe damage. Everyone else pretty clean. Look at that tire on the 68 demolished. The rear bumper pushed into the tire of the 8. This one paused the action again quite a bit. Wow. That is a definition of a pileup here. We had a hard time figuring out how to get that lineup back. And checking out his cart. The damage on the Nick Dan number 68 is significant. The damage on my number 8, the Galletta's number 8, is pretty bad as well. That gets a DNF out for the night. Poor me, here I am pushing and pulling. The front end is locked up, the back end is locked up. Oh, and there's a little action from Oswego. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Our Oswego heat from 2 weeks ago, where we race overhead valves. Here I am now jumping in the number 4, Chris Stevens in the number 4. Here at Galletta's, you can jump into a backup. You have to go to the rear, and you lose points. For the first 2 weeks, we lose 5 points. Melissa Gable letting everyone by here. She restarted in second. Finally, we get a lap without a pileup here. Ryan Coleman trying to run away and hide here. Buddy Cop. Wow, Russ hockey all over the place. Look at that. Russ also has a hot stocker cam. He is allowed that because he is a heavier driver. Still, the competition very equal here. Our rules are different from WKA. Here I am executing a move on Matt. Look at that expert pass. Number 4, number 5 for Stevens here on the move. MC and John Stepman are pretty close here. Watch out now. Here's where I almost go into the garden. I get cut off. Oh, some close racing here. Russ Hockey trying to get a lap back here. And Matt Stevens benefits from his brother Chris almost going into the garden. Oh, look at this. We have almost 3 wide. I pull out to avoid a nasty collision here. Matt now working on Russ. And Russ pulls a kamikaze move. Buddy gets him right back. Look at that racing here. Excellent racing skills being shown here by Buddy Cop. Ryan Coleman, or as Ogre calls him, Ryan. Buddy Cop, or as Ogre calls him, Ruddy. That's right, Ruddy and Brian. Matt here now, challenging Buddy for second. Russ driving, wow. Close racing here. Who is that MC Hammer Howell? The Nature Boy, Nate. Woo. Oh my, look at that, Russ Hockey. Russ being a wild man out there, trying to get a lap back. angered over Oscar Berry's accusations. Oscar can barely keep a cart on a track. I don't know how you can accuse people of stealing parts off it. Wow, look at this. And the throttle gives out. Watch out now, watch out. Caution come out, but we were all so close. We got locked up here. My bumper pinches Gary Miller's leg here. Gary's shaking up. And Chris Stevens, go check on him, make sure he's all right. Gary was upset that the caution did not come out here, or that the people in back of us did not call the caution. I hammered the brakes, but I was shoved into Gary. Nick Dan and Wesley Ogre Stevens checking in, making sure everything's okay.
Everyone's okay. I'm the only one that's ever really got hurt around here, everybody.
We switch to night mode now. This full moon night of racing has gotten a little late. Far too late for our taste here. There's been discussion of moving the show to Saturday, but we're not quite sure. We'd have a conflict with the Oswego Speedway schedule, and MC Howell is a flagman there, so that would take him out of the action if this were the case. And Nick Dan climbs into Gary Miller's number 24. As Gary felt a little too shaken up to continue. His leg being pinched. And here we go. Ryan Coleman, Matt Stevens, Russ Hockey. Still, he's 13 laps down. He's racing well. He's racing much better than he has been in the first few weeks, even though his cart is a beast to handle. Oh boy, look out. Here we go. Ow, MC Howell again, the nature boy. What happened here is Matt gets Ryan Coleman. Ryan must have slowed up or something. He got passed by two guys, including the 13 lap down Russ Hockey. The argument being, oh my Lord, that was quite an accident. The argument that Ryan had was that the tire, wow, the tire got ripped right off the number 5 there. There it is, resting right to the right of the light. A three wheels on a go-kart does not work. There was an argument here. Ryan felt that Ross should not have been racing so hard since he was 13 laps down. Russ was upset about the argument. And he took off here, angry with it. He felt like he was unfairly attacked, and Ryan felt like he should not have been kamikaze slingshot moves being 13 laps down. Looks like just one of those racing accidents, but we had some tempers flaring there. Hopefully we can keep them down. MC got the worst. MC and the number 7 both got the worst of it. Ryan Coleman now flagging first turn. If anything, my judgment call was called into question because I let a 13 lap down driver try to fight to get a lap back, and It backfired on us before in the Classic 2 years ago with Fred Collins and the weird thief guy. What was his name? I forgot his name. Anyways, back to the action. I digress here. Matt, John Stepman, and me battling it out. Stevens in the number 4. John in the Galletta's number 0. Most of the carts here tonight are Galletta's machines. Only a handful of carts usually every week. We're always trying to get more people to join the class, but every year we get 1 or 2 new people join and 1 or 2 quit, so we always get a trade-off. Good run by me. I could not get John. Matt putting a little pillow between him and second place. That crafty Matt. He's talented, lucky, and light. 3 things that go huge in his favor here. People at Oswego have accused him of cheating and used overhead valves to defeat him, but I believe this is unfair. Good clean racing here. But Matt taking advantage. John seemed to put around the whole track except for going into turn 1. He seemed to be a little off the pace, enabling Matt to pull away from Chris Stevens, Buddy Comp, and Dick Dan, who all wanted to challenge Matt. Got in second race. He's doing a good job. Ryan Coleman in the camera, or in the corner, excuse me. Matt being unchallenged at this point of the race. Clay kicking up, as you can see a little bit here. Other than that rainstorm we had, it's been fairly dry the rest of the way. Still working with it, but it has dug up a lot less than our old racing surface. Melissa Gable on the brakes there, that's what you hear. Chris Stevens taking a stab on John Stepman holding him off again. Crafty little Matt pulling away still. And John has learned well. He knows that outside groove is the best one. Chris Stevens almost gets him. There's a bumper. Debris on the track. Gets nailed by Dick Dan. The front bumper is a bumper material that protects from metal-to-metal impacts. Come off the front bumper of the Zero. Keeps getting nailed. Ryan feeling that it isn't that much of an issue. Oh, and here's where John gets up on 2 wheels. Sets up the battle between Matt and Chris Stevens, the originators of the Galletta's Go-Kart Racing League. Buddy falling off the pace here a little bit as I am challenging Matt. It's not often where you see Matt get challenged. Big Dan working on Buddy. Buddy in the very hard to handle number, Galletta's number 2. John fell way off the pace here. The brothers dueling it out here. Chris and Matt in first and second. The Galetta's number 33 versus the Galetta's number 4. 5 to go. Stevens trying to get a birthday gift win for his wife, Rungnapha. June 18th is her birthday.
Sorry.
And she's cheering for me a little bit here. The camera woman.
Come on, honey.
The number 4 having a lot of power, but Matt is one of the masters here. Just like I usually try to do with him. He's trying to hold me off here. Here's the white flag. MC Mike Howell. Matt gets a really good final lap. And Chris cannot get a run on him. Here's your winner, Matt Stevens, taking the first 2 Galetta's races of the 2008 season. Last year, our first 6 weeks had 6 different winners, if I recall. Wow. Matt is now dominant here. Melissa again on the brakes. She really... Everyone was cheering for me, but... Poor Matt has no fans. He wins so much. Matt puts all the work, his hard work into the go-karts, and everyone cheers for everyone else and accuses him of cheating.
Here's the race winner, Matty Joe Stevens.